Hi guys, today we're doing the second recipe, which is the gnocchi. So he's gonna make the dough and then he's gonna show us how to cook it. Ta-da-da! Go for it, chef.
Alright guys, today we make the gnocchi. You can find in the page 56 of my cookbook, Farm to Flame. And let's see, today I'm not well, that's okay, let's do it. First, we will cook. I like to cook the gnocchi on the salt in my wood oven. But of course, you don't have your wood oven. You can cook in electric oven on the trail. 200
You mean the
degree.
potatoes?
Potatoes.
Oui.
Until they are cooked and soft. Make sure it doesn't go too cold. You won't pass the potato on the mulling and the potato is still warm. Now to clean the potato, you can do it two ways. Or you peel with your it's burning. Your knife, but you know, because we in the restaurant we do almost 10 kilo each day, I have my trick. I will show you.
Ah, it's another trick there.
I will use like a resting trail, a resting box. I will put on my board. I will cut my potato in half, like this.
So potatoes are resting.
No, potato they will be pushed.
And by the time we're resting.
They're quite hot, and after, if you don't have chef hands or pussycat hands, you put the towels on the top, and you can push. I don't know, if you're a man, you can do by hands like this. And after, and sandwich, so you make the sausage.
So you push it down.
You push it down.
Can you keep that?
You can keep that, and you know that we can keep that because some of our customers love it. The crispy potato cooked in the wood oven with the parmesan, balsamic, garlic, and chili.
So keep everything.
Keep everything. This time you need to keep everything. You can't chuck away nothing. Life is so short.
But it's delicious too.
So,
Is it hot?
it's short.
Your
it's
pussycat
hot,
hands.
you want to say, tac, tac, tac.
So do we need to wait the potatoes?
After we wet the potato, the recipe. Okay, first let's start from which potato we use. You want the potato that are full of starch. Always I suggest to use potato desiree, the red potato, or Dutch potato. But the thing that is really important, you need to make sure the potato are not young potato. The older the potato are, better the mix can come out. And after, usually, roughly each kilo of potato is around 150 grams of flour, 1 egg yolk, a pinch of salt, tablespoon of parmesan, and a pinch of nutmeg. I have 3 more, and 1 more.
So you're pushing it down.
Yeah. Pushing down on the potato. Make sure everything's done well. After, at this point, we will mulli. In this case, we use the mulli, but if you like, you can use, in Italy we call the pasta patate, the push potato, and you can serve one process. I like to do this one because in the middle time the potato comes warm, the potato is cooled down a little bit, sorry.
what are you doing now, chef?
I'm mulling all the potato. You see, in this case, now you will find a way to be in the house, so it can be whatever. You make a gym. It's like a.
But chef, in case we don't have the moule in home,
I said we can use the push potato. It's a
can you do it by hand?
By hand, no, because you really want to get something the potato into result really fine and like not puree, but beautiful and it's not patacca altogether.
Could you eventually pass it in the mixer?
You can't pass in the mixer because all the starch comes too creamy. You need to by hands, no way. It's something that you can change. I'm sure everyone have a moule in the house. If you don't have a moule, go to buy and you can make it. I'm sure.
So it's
in
important.
any Italian house is a push potato. And I'm sure the other one have the moule.
So it needs to be hot, huh?
Yeah, warm.
It's a good exercise, boy.
Yeah, I told you. After we take the scale.
So now you need to weigh it.
While we wait for the potato, we make sure that I prefer to do on the wood table, or if home you don't have wood table, you have mambo or
Something flat.
something flat. I prefer we have exactly 1 kilo of potato. On 1
Perfetto.
kilo of potato. The potato are quite beautiful and dry. Today I will use under 50 grams of flour. I'm using Caputo flour, Italian flour.
Can you use another flour?
Pasta flour.
Pasta.
Make sure you don't use bagel flour, because if you use bagel flour, it's too strong, the flavor will be too doughy.
Flour.
Flour. Pasta flour. Use pasta flour, it's easy.
So how many grams of flour now?
Today I'm using under 50. At this point, I make sure my table is beautifully clean.
So you need to add a bit of flour on
my bench. And now I make in Italy we say the La Fontana. This is the really trick.
the little hole in the middle.
You make the hole in the middle always. When you have hole, it's always, life is always beautiful. Push the flour.
So you put the flour in the middle.
Put the flour in the middle. I will explain to you why. At this point, I will put my salt.
Can you use any salt?
I prefer always, I'm using always flake salt. You can use fine salt. Up to you, be honest. I prefer flake salt. A little bit of nutmeg. Beautiful Parmigiano Reggiano, 24 months from Italy. In this case, 2 free-range egg yolk.
Is that the whole egg?
Egg yolk, I just say egg yolk. Why you don't listen to me?
Girls never listen.
You can see they are free-range because the color is fantastic.
And be nice and bumpy. Et voila.
And at this point, you put your hands like, you know, Italian people we always say, what do you want? What do you want? Like, che cosa vuoi, porco due? And now, you start to mix your middle. Potato, when you do potato gnocchi, you don't need to mix too much, but you need to be, you don't need to push too hard because the soft is really soft. It looks like when you have a woman in the bed that you give a massage, you know? slowly and beautiful.
I don't get that very often, boy.
Tac, tac, e tac. Fai patacca, passero, passerina, andiamo a letto. At this point, you see, you have a beautiful bowl. Perfetto. Now, I like to clean my bench.
Very nice.
Clean my hands. At this point, I'm using durum flour, semolina. A little bit of semolina. After everyone have their way, I love this way. I learned this way a long time ago, and always I do. I take my dough again, and this other trick. A little bit of durum flour on the top. And I'm working like if I was doing the pasta. What I do, I level my dough. Okay? When I have my dough really good, I put a little bit of semolina, the durum flour, semolina, and now I cut my sausage potato.
You potato sausage?
Whatever you want to call it, potato sausage with potato. It's always about sausage, that's it. After this, put a little bit of durum flour in my hands. I take off the extra potato from my hands. And now we start to do the strudel.
Now you're rolling.
Rolling like a strudel.
Do you need much pressure?
No.
So gentle.
Real gentle, always.
It's all you. So you need to roll them all?
What do you want to do? I can't shut away. We are live, you know. We do the things like the way we do. We don't have the things cut, no, start again, cut, no, we are live. Yeah, like prego. You know, we make the things like what do we do? Do with love. This one went a little bit.
And voila. Two more. And what we do after?
After this one, I will cut. After I will boiling, cool down in the cold water, a little bit of olive oil, and I will storage in my fridge. And after in the service, I will using cooking the wood oven on the grill with black pans. But at home, what you can do, you can cut, you can cook and eat straight away, or you can cook, boiling, cool down, leave in the fridge. And when you need, you just blanch again 1 minute and put in your sauce.
So as soon as they cut, they need to be cooked.
As soon as we cut, they need to be cooked. Or if you have a big space in the freezer, whatever, you can leave in the big tray, leave in the freezer, freezing down after you can storage. For us, we do so many. Every time we use it 1 day, max 2 days, we use gnocchi. Basically, we boiling, cool down, cook in the pan. Just. At this stage, I always.
And once they cooked, how many days you can keep them?
Couple of days, no more than a couple of days. A little bit di semolina, tac tac.
That's the trick. So do you put anything on the tray?
A little bit of semolina, I leave on the bench, or you can put a little bit like this, just make sure they don't stick together. I'll show you if you cut up by one, just slowly.
They look like little cushions.
Yeah, they are really soft. My gnocchi, my recipe, the potato is really soft because we want when I cook in the black pan in the oven, almost I want it to come out like a souffle. Remember, almost a souffle. It's not really strong gnocchi, but it's quite delicate.
You're a delicate man.
With food always.
Who teach you the gnocchi? Your nonna?
My grandmother was making Naples. We make the gnocchi di farina. It's different from gnocchi di patate. It's basically just water and flour. And after we were doing, Nonna was doing. His one is easy. Nonna, each one she was cutting. If you pass me a fork, I'll show you what she was doing.
I grab a fork. Thank you. And voila.
Nonna was cut one by one. And after, she was put the fork like this. And third, my one are quite soft. Her one where you can see the line.
Yeah.
On the gnocchi, and she will spend all morning. And I remember, actually, she was make 3 forks like this, and she was going with her hands. Wow. Or when she was almost curved like this. But you know, I like square. It's fair enough. Can you imagine my boy to make? He would kill me. Caleb? Caleb, from tomorrow with fork, one by one. He will have a heart attack. That's it, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe we can cook the gnocchi tomorrow. I will show you what I do in my restaurant in Osteria, Coccia. And please stay safe. Let's be all together. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye bye.